Sonny Jurgensen passing away. Obviously, a great long life, a true legend, a true icon for the organization.
Yeah.
Brian, somebody you had a relationship with.
Yep.
I knew somewhat. I mean, what did Sonny mean to you?
Man, listen, I got here in 90, and people would always tell me stories about Sonny, and then when I got into the TV and radio industry, I would see him all the time, talking with him. Him and Sam Huff, those two guys, I think, were a staple. The older generation absolutely adored him. And you can see that, as it went on, people that came behind it probably never saw Sonny play. When you met Sonny, you loved Sonny. Always had his stogie with him, and was just a great guy. Like, the thing I loved about him, Sam, people like Pat Fisher, those guys could tell some stories, man. And will have you laughing your ass off. They weren't people that did not want to give their time to you. That's one thing I loved about that all those guys from that era. They seemed to be guys who were willing to talk to you about whatever and will also make you smile, So he's going to be missed. That family is a great one, and my prayers go out to him.
Yeah, absolutely. It's it's sad news for sure.
Yes.
I think for me, my father-in-law has told me, hell, I've been married 13 years, probably dated my wife like 15 years. As long as I've known him, he's talked about Sonny Jurgensen and how much Sonny meant to him, and how, by and large, I think those were some pretty bad Skins teams he was on. They didn't really get good until George Allen came to town, and I think they were going with Kilmer at that point. A lot of this stuff predates me, so forgive me if I'm messing anything up here. But, it was a big deal just when Sonny got traded. I think a lot of young fans don't even realize Jurgensen was traded here from the Eagles, which is a big deal in and of itself. But, like, if you think about I've
throwing football.
I've brought this up a million times. Do you know the last Washington passer to throw for 30 touchdowns in a season? It was Sonny Jurgensen in 1967.
Yeah.
That's still one of the most
Jay,
astonishing.
I wasn't born, Jay.
It's astonishing.
Think about that.
And
I wasn't born.
They only played 14 games back then. It was a lot of stuff was run first back then. I read this biography on Johnny Unitas, and it was a really, really well done book. And Johnny U's story is pretty incredible. And back then, the Colts were playing in Baltimore, and Sonny was playing here in Washington. And Johnny Unitas had a restaurant in Baltimore called the Golden Arm. And there's a story in the book about Sonny rolled up there for dinner one night. Everybody's having a great time. Johnny Unitas comes over to the table just to check on Sonny and the crew he's with. And they're like, "Oh, everything's great. Everything's great. Love the steak. Love the lobster. The drinks are fantastic." And he's like, "All right, great. You guys have a nice night." And Sonny grabs Johnny U by the arm. He says, "Johnny, I really got to thank you." He's like, "For what, Sonny?" And he said, "For naming your restaurant after me."
See, that is Sonny.
Right.
I knew where you were going with this story. As soon as you said a Golden Arm, I'll say something about like, "Thank you for naming the restaurant after me." That's just how he was, man. He was rather very cool dude. Doc is always coming. Help Doc coming here today because Doc can give you even more stories. Believe me. Doc probably picked up that stogie all the time from Sonny.
What were they? SJ9s, right?
SJ9.
I mean, think about what a G you are to have your own cigar.
SJ9. Ever since I saw the SJ9, I've been chasing that.
That's cool. Yeah.
The BMitch 30.
Sonny's a Hall of Famer, obviously, 5-time Pro Bowler. I believe he won an NFL championship with the Eagles in the 60s. I could be wrong on that. Maybe White Brian can look that up for me. I got to know Sonny later in his life, certainly well after his playing career was over, and he just couldn't have been cooler, nicer, down to earth. And I remember, I don't know what Christmas this was. This was when he was still calling games, but he had stopped traveling. So it was only home games. And like I said, my father-in-law absolutely loved him. And so I got, I I think I must have ordered it off the internet or something, but I got like a real picture, not like a print, like printing something from your computer, but like a real Sonny picture that, I ran it through the right channels, and I was like, hey, is it cool if I ask Sonny to sign this for my father-in-law? And they were like, go up there like an hour before the game and make sure it's, but cool. He knows you're coming, no big deal. And I walked in, and he said, this is for your father-in-law? I said, yeah. And he said, the fans back then meant so much to me. And he asked, like, what Lou's age was. And he was like, man, he was probably a kid watching me. And he signed it, personalized it to my father-in-law, and just like, you could tell that the connection with fans still meant so much to him, and he couldn't have been kinder. And we sat there and talked for a couple minutes. And it was just, he was a class act. Apparently, somebody called in with a Sonny story to tell. Kurt is in Ashburn. What's up, Kurt?
Good morning, folks.
Good, man.
Years ago, when I had this Redskins sideline show with Glenn Brenner and Sonny, my best buddy and I were sitting in the stands. If you remember, there were 3 sets of stands set up like around a court with the chairs in the front where Glenn and Sonny sat. And he's standing next to us waiting to go out. And we're both kind of, wow, that's Sonny right here. And we didn't have the temerity to talk to him, but he said, hey, guys, how'd you like that last game? Philly and Washington. I said it would be a low-scoring game, and it was 37-35. I said, yes, Sonny, it was just like in the days when you were here. He said, except the Redskins won this one.
That's great, Kurt. Thank you for the call, man. Take care, dude. I think for folks of a certain age, Sonny Jurgensen is. I'm gonna turn that off, but thank you. I mean, the numbers are astonishing. 11 years in DC, almost 23,000 passing yards, 179 touchdowns. And guys, this was in the 60s. Like, that's not how football was played back then. So the 72, forgive me for not knowing this, the 72 Skins went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Dolphins. But it was George Allen. That team was loaded. Sonny went 4-0 that year as the starter. Mm-hmm. Did he start and get hurt, and that's when Kilmer got in? Right, I don't know.
I can tell you that.
I mean, I never thought I'm pulling up 1972 game logs right now.
Do they have them?
It's kind of funny you asked that. I tried to pull up the 1972 game log. It says server error with page requested, but we apologize. There was an error in creating this page. Maybe there's a lot of people trying to pull up the 1972.
Probably today at this point, right now after hearing the news.
I'm gonna try one more time. But if he was 4-0, again, I don't know, and I know the Sonny and Billy thing was like a big.
It was a big thing for the people, but those two dudes were still tight.
Right.
Because I played in a golf tournament over here. I think one of the guys was a trainer here, and he had this tournament I played in, and Bishop playing in a good bit too at Westfield, and both of those guys would show up.
That's cool. I think that they
still talking trash to each other, laughing their asses off, tying them on, having a great time.
All right, so Sonny was the starter in 72, started 4-0, and then hurt his Achilles, tore his Achilles against the Giants, which is how Kilmer got in.
Okay.
There you go. All right, we're all learning something. People are calling in with Sonny stories. We haven't even given out the phone number. Eric is in
they
Woodbridge.
know the number, dog.
What's up,
they
Eric?
Listen.
Hey, good morning, BMitch. Good morning, Jay.
What's up, bro?
How you doing, bud?
So I'm in there. It's kind of sad news. Like I said, I'm 46. I never watched Sonny play, but growing up, my father and all of his friends, they would always say, oh, Sonny Jurgensen, man, he was this and that. And they said he could throw the ball with a perfect spiral 40 yards behind his back.
Yeah.
Didn't believe him, and then I saw it. And, I don't think I've ever seen another quarterback be able to do that.
And hit people in stride with it.
He was definitely a special guy, man.
Some of the videos that are out there. Thank you for the call, Eric.
Appreciate you, bro.
Some of the videos that are out there of Sonny's arm are outrageous.
But that behind the back thing hitting somebody in stride, that's not fake.
That's crazy. That's crazy.